Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. Today, we're going to be celebrating and talking about something that's not even streetwear related. That's not even sneaker related. Well, you could argue that it could be because it's related to the channel, but today, we're going to be discussing that it's the 1 year birthday of the channel. Yes, guys, so yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to make a video about it. Well, if we should or if I shouldn't. I was sort of conflicted, but it's an achievement on the channel, so I reckon I should talk about it. So, exactly a year ago, December 26th, 2018, Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, inspired by my friends, inspired by other channels on YouTube, I decided to create my own YouTube channel. And I have to say that some of my main influences were probably, YouTube channels like PAQ. I didn't actually follow any sneaker channels back then. Not to say that I wasn't into sneakers, because I've been collecting Jordan 1s and following Jordan Brand and Yeezys and all that since 2015. Only very loosely, I would say. I would be interested in releases that are coming up that I would be into, but I wouldn't be like I am now, where I'm on the channel covering every single release that's worth mentioning. And sometimes I do miss some that are worth mentioning as well, but I don't stay that focused and attentive to all the upcoming releases like I did back in that day. And yeah, so I was really into it then. I didn't follow any sneaker channels back on the 26th of 2018 in December, but obviously now that's completely changed. I follow a bunch of them and watch a bunch of videos from that. But I was inspired by my friends and mainly other streetwear channels on YouTube to create something of my own. I had no idea what I wanted to create. I had no idea what it would become, but I wanted to make something. I wanted to do something on YouTube, and creating the channel was the first step of that. I decided, with a lot of help from my mate Dorian, which if you're watching, thank you so much, Dorian. You basically pushed me to do it. You were like, dude, if you want to do it, you got to create the channel to start off with. There's no simple way to, skip around that fact. It's true. If you want to start a channel on YouTube, the first thing you do is got to create that channel. And that's what led me to do it. I really just wanted to create the channel back then. Honestly, 2018, I wanted to create the channel like halfway through the year, and it took all the way till December till I even made the account. Let alone did my first upload, which was like in February or something like that. I honestly can't remember I remember what my first upload is, but not when I did it. It was so long ago. So yeah, I basically, in today's video, I want to cover about what inspired me to create my channel, what I'm aiming to do with the channel, and how it's gone. So I'll talk about the inspiration first. As I said, I was heavily inspired by my friends and other YouTube channels, and I decided to create the channel with basically no idea of what I wanted it to become. So it started off very, very shakily, and it was a very rocky start. I only uploaded like once a month. I specifically remember the Bape UGG collection coming out earlier on in the year, and I was like, do I really cover that? I don't know what to say. Like, all this hesitation, right? No idea. And then it was actually, it was really nostalgic for me like a month or two ago to cover the Bape UGG like re-release, because I was like, damn, man. I remember when I was going to cover that when it first came out earlier in the year, but I just didn't know how to do it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just wanted to make this video today to do, as I mentioned, with all those things about how the channel's gone, what I want to do with it, and so on, sorry. But yeah, I remember being so nervous on what I wanted to cover, how to cover it. You go watch like my first couple videos, and I am terrible. And I'm saying this like from my perspective, I am terrible in front of a camera. And honestly, I'm like, I can't watch my original videos. They are so bad. They are, I mean, not making these videos sound like they're amazing quality at all either, but watching my first couple videos, my god, man, they're so bad. I just can't. It's just, no, it's too much. It's too much. But the main thing was going from creating the channel a year ago today to taking 2 months. It took me 2 months before I was happy at that point in time with my first upload. With an upload I was willing to post on the internet. And yeah, that was a scary thought. That was absolutely crazy. I was like, no way, no one's gonna watch this. It's never gonna happen. I think now it's like one of my most watched videos, which I have no explanation on how that's. I have no idea how that's happening. I legitimately cannot explain it because, in my opinion, I think it's one of the worst YouTube videos on YouTube. And that's saying something with like all those videos with the most dislikes ever. I think mine is worse than that, but I'm just like super critical on my stuff and what I've made. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but yeah, no, yeah, it took me a while. But honestly, I am just super happy that I took that initial first step. And for anyone else out there that's thinking about doing that, that wants to talk about something on a platform where there are other people out there that might be interested or might want to watch what they have to say about, you know, something they're interested into. As I said, this like video won't necessarily be sneaker or streetwear related, and neither does your YouTube channel. If you want to start it, you can start it doing anything you want. If you have a passion for rocks, start a rock YouTube channel. You have a passion for, I don't know, taking a walk every day, singing a song. You could literally make a YouTube channel about anything. And I'm saying go for it. Literally go for it. Because I was sitting here a year ago and I don't know, even back then, I felt like I had a sense of accomplishment just by creating the channel. I didn't upload anything. I just literally created the Google account and then created the YouTube channel. And there we go. And then here we are a year later with everything that I've posted, everything that I've done. And yeah, wow, I'm just shook. I'm like, when I looked at the date, I was like, wow, it has been a year. That is crazy. And I can't believe that any of you guys are watching. Just like that any of you are here. It blows my mind. It absolutely, wow, it's shocking. I'm like, wow, there are people out there that want to hear what I have to say about anything. Not even just like streetwear or sneakers, just hear me ramble on for 20-ish minutes on a camera and upload it to the internet. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's what my channel has become. It's me rambling on about sneakers and streetwear and me being like, wow, I wonder if anyone will watch this. But that's how it feels. And honestly, I'm so thankful to anyone that watches, all of you that are subscribed out there. It's mind-blowing. I am absolutely like shocked that there are people out there willing to watch and that you guys have stuck by me, and yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. And I don't want to stop here. I've literally made like a little list here and I've said, hey, this is awesome that the channel is now 1 year old, but I don't want to stop here. And honestly, I would love to do this for a living. I know that's like super unrealistic because I'm like, yeah, you know what, this could be the greatest job of all time. I'm not joking, it honestly could be. I would absolutely love to talk about sneakers, streetwear, and have like a crew and a team like all the other big YouTubers do. That would be absolutely wild. That would be, wow, that'd be insane. I can't imagine that happening at all. I could just imagine me sitting here talking about YouTube videos till the end of, talking about sneakers and streetwear till the end of time and nobody caring. That's how I envision it now. But you know, who knows what the future has to hold. But yeah, I wrote down a little thing on my little notepad. This little notepad here. I'm telling you, if you want to start a YouTube channel, buy a notepad. Start writing stuff in a notepad. It doesn't even have to be anything worth, like, have any substance to it. It could just be like plans of what you want to do for a first YouTube video. And that's literally what I've done all year. I've grabbed this little notebook and written in it just ideas for videos. So that's how I planned out my videos. If anyone was interested, I literally wrote it down in a little book, wrote down some talking points, and that's it. That's all I did. And I've been doing that for a year. And that's, oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm just, this planned structure I had for the video gone out the window. Absolutely gone out the window. But we should sum up talking point 1. The channel has now gotten its first birthday. It is now 1 year old. And I'm amazed that I continued it past a week. I'm amazed I even got a first upload. I'm amazed I even got any subscribers. I'm amazed that anyone was willing to even watch anything I had to put out. And I would just like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone that did. Anyone that watched anything, even if it was for 10 seconds, 1 second, you looked at a thumbnail, anything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, watching anything that I've got to say. It means a lot. And that's absolutely crazy that that anyone was willing to do that. That's basically what I've been rambling on for the past, God, how many minutes? 10 minutes. Oh my God. Okay. Talking point 2. What is planned for 2020? Because obviously, as you guys know, it is coming towards the end of the year. And I would just like to say, this will not be the last video for the end of the year. I have, like, on a couple of pages here, I've written, like, all these video ideas that I want to do before I go to the music festival that I've been talking about on the channel. I'm going to a music festival on the 29th till New Year's Day, so till the 1st. So I won't be uploading until probably, I'm gonna be very optimistic and say January the 2nd. I'm hoping a video will be uploaded, but I might not even be alive after that music festival, guys. It might just kill me. But yeah, 2020, this is my list. So I want to buy a new camera for you guys, because I'm honestly sick and tired of 720p. It makes me feel like I'm back in 2006 on YouTube watching like Ray William Johnson. That's how it feels. That's honestly how it feels. So I want to change that. I want to get a 4K one. I'm gonna have to buy a couple hard drives for that, because 4K videos are gonna absolutely kill my hard drive space. But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. So I've literally got the camera I want. So as soon as we come back in January, I said to myself I was going to buy sneakers to unbox on the channel, but I think I'm just going to have to like skip that and go straight to just buying a new camera and getting that upgraded and all that. I want to do that for 2020. I want to do that for you guys. I want to improve that quality to that point. 2020, I want to cover more personal things. Like, when I say that, I want to talk about sneakers and streetwear from a more personal standpoint, like I did with that recent video with why I felt the Jordan 1 lows were a disappointment in 2019. I want to do more videos about that, like why I think certain things are good and bad, and not necessarily just do videos all the time of what's coming out, even though I do cover my opinion in those videos. I want to do like separate videos where I talk about upcoming trends or upcoming releases or trends for upcoming releases and why I like them and why I don't like them. I think that'll be a really nice thing in 2020. I really want to do more of those, so I definitely will try and hold myself to it and do more of them. And yeah, 2020, as much as it sounds like a horrible thing, in my view anyway, I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't mind copping a few more sneakers. Because, I mean, I was very frugal with sneaker releases, sneaker cops this year, because a lot of people, ever since I've made the channel, a lot of personal friends of mine have been like, oh, Daniel, you have so many shoes, how many shoes do you have, blah, blah, blah. If you've been watching my channel since the start, since February till now, you've noticed that I've only bought like 2 pairs of sneakers in 2019, which was the Shadow Backboard 3.0s and the 2013 Black Toes. I just didn't buy a lot, because I only really like to buy what I think looks nice. And obviously there's a growing trend there that it seems to be a lot of Jordan 1s, but I want to hop out of that comfort zone and buy some different Jordans and different releases this year. Now, also, just as a disclaimer, I am not just like a solely Jordan fanboy. It's just that Adidas and other brands don't release anything that's really my size, anything that I think looks nice on me in my size. So that's why I haven't really, bought a lot and unboxed a lot of, other branded products on the channel. It's just that they don't exist, or I don't like them. That's all. I would love to cop some more Adidas stuff in the future. If honestly, like, I swear to God, if the Yeezy 500 highs, the slates, the ones that I covered recently on the channel, if they came in my size, or if I can find them in my size for like a reasonable price, I would be interested in picking them up, because I personally think they're like my favorite Yeezy release of 2019, which I should do more personalized videos of my opinions on what do I think are the best releases in 2019. Yeah, I mean, that might be a thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if I've got time, because I've literally got like 2-3 days until I head to the music festival, and it's the end of the year. So we'll have to see. Yeah, but for 2020, to sum up 2020, I want an upgrade in what we have, the camera, and I want to also cover more personal cover more of my personal opinions on trends, releases, and styles, maybe how to styles. We'll see. 2020 is a bit of a grey area for me, but I'm keen to dive into that next year with you guys when I come back, hopefully on like January 2nd or 3rd, depending on when I can get around doing my first upload for 2020. But yeah, honestly, third point, what we achieved in 2019. I'm honestly shook. I'm amazed that we achieved anything. But honestly, yeah, thank you so much for you guys being here. As I said, this definitely won't be the last video released for 2019. I will try and cover I've written them down as well. I'll try and cover the Bape Dragon Ball release that's happening in a couple days time. Review of a couple samples that Hanzu Ying, our favorite leaker, has leaked on Instagram. I'll cover some of that. I'll probably do a second video on the Off-White Jordan 5s now that more images have come out of that. So stay tuned. We'll have a look to see if we can do that. And I might cover the upcoming China exclusive for Antisocial Social Club. We'll have to see on if it gets like you know, like a lookbook, or the pieces get released on Antisocial Social Club's Instagram page, you know, something like that. But yeah. Also, now that I did mention before that I was like, oh yeah, I'd be interested in copying some sneakers in 2020. Even though I was like, that sounds really bad. It's just for me because I'm like, I have heaps of sneakers. I don't need more sneakers. But in saying that, there are also some really nice sneakers that came out this year and that might come out next year that I am looking forward to picking up. It's very few, may I add. There are not a lot that are actually really catching my eye. There are a couple that are though. Some of them that are catching my eye are the Jordan 4 breads. The amount of videos I've talked about where I'm like, I'm gonna get them by the end of 2019. I'm gonna get them by the end of 2019. Unfortunately, I am not gonna get them by the end of 2019. But in replacement of that, instead of getting the Jordan 4 breads, I did buy some really nice vintage coats and vintage wear that I really want to unbox and talk about on the channel when that arrives. But yeah, I definitely 2020 Jordan 4 breads, man. I need the Jordan 4 breads. They are just a wonderful looking shoe. So much history behind them. You could argue that I've already covered that aesthetic. Like, I've already got a bread shoe. I've literally got the Jordan 1 breads. Like, why would I need... the Jordan 1 breads. Why would I need the Jordan 4 breads when I've got the Jordan 1 breads? It's a totally different aesthetic and a totally different look buying the Jordan 4s to buying the Jordan 1s. I mean, I'll probably wear them the same, but overall it's going to look totally different. But yeah, 2020, Jordan 4 breads, Jordan 3 black cements, I would love to pick up. They came out in 2018. It's just the resale price is like quite high on them. I personally feel it when you convert it to Australian dollars, because if you haven't thought about that, whatever your price is in your currency, Australia is not doing too great economically, and our converted prices are so high for us. So that's why I've been kind of frugal on picking up a couple of the, you know, sneaker releases this year, because it's just super expensive for me anyway. I'd love to pick up the Jordan 4 What the 4s. I personally think they're a really good shoe, man. I underrated release of 2019. Heaps of people are like skipping over them, thinking they're horrible. I'm definitely gonna look for a pair. Like, they look really sick. I really want a pair. The Jordan 5s, this is a 2021 Jordan 5s. I really want the PE Fire Reds, the player exclusive Fire Reds, the ones that Michael Jordan wore himself. I think the last time they got retroed was like 2000. 20 years. Crazy. Yeah, I think it was the year 2000, but don't quote me on that. I'm so shoddy with retros that are just not in my forte, like the Jordan 5s. Like Jordan 5 retros, if you said like, when did this Jordan 5 drop? I'd be like, oh jeez. Jordan 5's just not my grind. But I want to get into them. I want to learn and get into them. But yeah, I'd love to pick up the Jordan 5 Fire Red player exclusives. If I could, the Jordan 5 Off-Whites, just to like own a pair of Off-White sneakers at all. Because as you know, I'm a size US 16, 17, depending on the shoe, depending on the fit, depending on the year it was released. So I would just love to own a pair of Off-White shoes as just an experience, really. So yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up the Jordan 5 Off-Whites. Yeah, that's really what I want to cop at the moment. They're probably my top 5. I might make a video about that, but they're probably my top 5. But yeah, that's what I want to cop in 2020. And obviously I'll cover it and talk about it on the channel, guys, of course. But yeah, to sum up this video, I would just like to say thank you. This is just a big thank you. It's just honestly like, thank you to what we've achieved so far on the channel. Thank you to everyone that's stuck by the channel, everyone that's still with the channel. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about the channel in that comment section below. And I'd also just like to say, I hope you all had a wonderful holidays. I don't know how long everyone's breaks are, if they're like, you know, just over Christmas and Boxing Day or all the way till New Year's, what's all going on, but definitely let me know. And yeah, that's basically what today's video is going to be dedicated to. Happy 1 year birthday to the channel, and a big thank you to you guys. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in and everyone that has decided to stick by the channel. I just like to say thank you very much. This has been, I was going to say this has been the release of something. This has been the celebration of the first birthday on the channel. First of many, I hope. So until the next streetwear video, guys, until the next sneaker video, I'll catch you later.